So the biggest problem that we had is to find a mechanism to allow these drivers to have their own cars, because obviously if you're a driver driving for somebody else, that car's owned by somebody else, and the risks and reward of that car lie with somebody else. So to give them an opportunity to own their own car is a real challenge, because most of these people don't have sufficient credit record or don't have sufficient affordability in order to go into a bank and get a traditional loan. So that was a big challenge for us, to find a mechanism that we could do it successfully without obviously incurring a high degree of risk for the bank, but at the same time making the model sustainable for the driver, and of course to achieve the requirements from Uber. So I think those solutions to solve those problems was quite a challenge, but we were quite excited about the opportunity to work with Uber. The thinking and how they look at problems is quite different, and that actually in some way forced us to also look a little bit differently at this problem, and the result was a highly innovative, sustainable solution that actually gives now the driver the opportunity to actually have no risk in the vehicle, which is carried by ourselves, but still to enjoy the rewards of now being his own boss. As far as the driver is concerned, all that he knows is that there is a cents per kilometre that is subtracted from the fare that he gets from the paying passenger, and that cents per kilometre is multiplied by the distance of that fare, which is again quite logical. So if, for example, he did 10 kilometres and the fare is 100 Rand, the cents per kilometre is times by 10 kilometres and subtracted from the 100 Rand before that money is transferred to his bank account. So as far as he's concerned, the costs of running this vehicle are all taken care of almost before the money reaches his bank account. So he doesn't really have to worry about putting away provisions for maintenance or insurance or for the actual rental amount. That's all taken care of through the Uber system. Vumela is an enterprise development company. Their sole purpose in life is to get funds from institutions like F&B, as an example, who are looking to spend some money to create employment development opportunities, which are a requirement of their BEE scorecards. So Vumela is a company that helps these organizations find these development opportunities. So their objective is to help small, medium enterprises or small entrepreneurs break through the barriers of becoming an entrepreneur. For example, finding funding for assets which they can then turn into revenue. A car, of course, is such an asset that they can turn into revenue. So what Vumela do for us is two important things. One, they create an underpin. So obviously there is risk for us. If the driver is unsuccessful, because the risk of that vehicle belongs to us, they have helped us to mitigate some of that risk by providing a credit underpin for us. The second thing they do, which is equally important, is they provide education, because these individuals have to learn what it is like to be self-employed. They have to learn how to manage money. They have to learn how to cater for peak times when they're earning lots of money, and for the down times when they perhaps are not earning lots of money. So they provide that important education link. So Uber would be able to answer that question in more detail. We don't have insight into exactly how their models work. All we know is that it's obviously there's a much better financial viability for a driver if he's both a driver and an owner than it is if he's just simply driving the vehicle. There's no doubt that we will. I think that Uber provides a very nice structure in order for us to experiment a little bit more about how we can run these solutions. And I think that over time we'll develop a track record of how these types of solutions work, and I think that'll give us a lot of confidence to go and try and apply these types of solutions maybe to other markets. There's absolutely no doubt that there are lots of South Africans who are not able to qualify for traditional finance for a variety of reasons, where a model such as this could quite easily apply. So I think that this definitely will give us, it'll teach us a lot. We'll learn a lot about this process, and that learning will give us the confidence to try and experiment elsewhere. So we are partners. We're partnering with Uber in this. We don't believe in exclusivity around a partnership. We believe that when you get married, you don't guarantee anything from either side. It's around how you work together and how you continue to work to make sure that you continue to refine your solution, that it always remains best of practice. And certainly Uber are committed to giving us an opportunity to prove the model, and then as long as we remain competitive, as long as we remain innovative, there's no reason why we certainly can't be the primary provider of the service to Uber for hopefully a long time.